The average age of retirement in Ireland is 65, and while the state provides a small pension, those that can secure other better pensions do. Regardless, Ireland's population of retirement age and over are still very active in Irish society.
My background is I was born in a place called Tipperary, which is about 80 miles away. And when I left school there, I got into the civil service, did an examination, was assigned to the civil service in Dublin, working on a department called Industry and Commerce, generally trying to attract new industry into the country and things like that. I met my wife here at a dance in Dublin. There aren't many of them left now, these dances. And we got married. I was 27 when I got married. We have 4 children, 2 boys, 2 girls first and then 2 boys. And now I almost lose track of them, 8 grandchildren. And they're great, every one of them. My wife worked as a librarian. Both of us retired 5 years ago when we were 65. You have to retire generally in Ireland at 65 at the latest. We've a good pension, not complaining at all, and we're able to manage fine because the kids have left the house and mortgage is paid up and the house is our own. It works out at about, I'd say €700 a week. That's a pension from my job now, and I'm not entitled to an old age pension from the state as well because of that. My wife, though, she has an old age pension, which is about 200, I'd say over €200 a week. And that's hers, and good luck to her. So we manage fine, no problems with money at all. You see that radio there now? That is nearly a museum piece at this stage. We got married in 1960, my wife and myself, and her office gave her that as a wedding present. And, you know, occasionally it needs a bit of work, and radio mechanics are always delighted to see it because most stuff now is transistors and so on. They're delighted to see quality radios like that. So we keep it there. Nostalgia and sentiment, if you like. Well, we do a weekly shop. We drive down to the local supermarket, usually on a Saturday morning, and we do a good shop there. But inevitably, like in all households, you run out of things and you go down again a couple of times maybe for essentials like bread and milk and things like that. Things you might run out of. But generally, most of it is done on the Saturday morning. I try to keep active. I do a fair bit of walking. I play golf. No, I'm not a great golfer, but I play 2 or 3 times a week. I enjoy that immensely. And indeed, when I'm not playing golf, I play bowls, which is great. No, I'm not great at it, and indeed some of the technicalities still bamboozle me, but it's the companionship. You make a lot of very good friends there, and they're all about my own age. Have a cup of tea afterwards, or a pint, or whatever you like. I do a bit of swimming. Now, not very much, but again, it's one of the great concessions here that the City Council give pensioners free swimming in their pools, which is great. I read a lot. I do crosswords. I love doing crosswords. And generally, I keep very active. Do a bit of gardening when I have to, but I'm not wild about it. Now, my wife, she's great. I'm very proud of her, but I'd never do what she does. She does a lot of voluntary work. And indeed, that's where she is at the moment. She's out. She works on a helpline for the Alzheimer's Association, trying to help families and people and advise them on what they can do. But that takes up a fair amount of her time. We're very lucky here now. We live in 5 or 7 minutes walk from the sea, and it's lovely down there. And it's a very popular walk. Go down there, walk, my wife, myself, walk along. Nice promenade there now. And then get down on the beach. The tide goes out now, you could walk for miles. It's a great place to unwind and relax. And you meet neighbours and you see them walking their dogs. My wife is not a driver. She's never driven, so I'm the driver in the family. Now, we've always had one car, and not not a very ostentatious car, an ordinary saloon car. And I find now with the price of petrol, it's the same everywhere in the world. Petrol gone up and insurance and tax and that. We're inclined to use it less and less because with the free travel, you see, both of us have free travel, we can get the train, the bus, the Dart, the Luas, everywhere, totally free. So we tend to travel a lot that way now more than by car. So it's not costing us as much as it used to. Over the years, we've been lucky enough, I've been able to put a few pounds here and there, or euro as they are now. And I've actually invested in shares, and I'm sorry to say some of them were bank shares, and I still have shares in the banks, and as you know, not a great time, but I leave them there and hope that they'll come up again. But I also have money in the post office. That's a great standby. When I was growing up, it was always the post office, and I still put a few shillings into an account there, a couple of accounts. Gives me an excuse to go down there and put some money in or take it out and meet the locals, the friends, and have a chat. Some of my friends, unfortunately, are not as healthy or mobile as myself, and my wife and I, we visit them a lot in nursing homes and that. Now, we're fine, we have good private health insurance, but we're afraid that maybe someday we mightn't be as fit as we are and we might have to go into one of these nursing homes, and they cost the earth. Very, very expensive. Now you'd nearly have to remortgage your house to pay for it. So we're hoping that God keeps us fit and well, that we never have to do that.